Custom Pools by Brian has done it again. Chris and Lorraine Kemp love their new pool and outdoor living area so much they couldn't wait to show it off and tell everyone of their pool building experience with Custom Pools by Brian now that it's complete. Let's listen in as Teddy Couch interviews them again, sitting poolside.
Hey guys, this is Teddy Couch with Custom Pools by Brian, and we are back again for the second and final episode of the new custom pool and spa for the Kemps. If you don't mind, reintroduce yourself to the audience.
My name is Chris Kemp, and...
Oh, I'm Lorraine.
Two of my favorite people in the world. Guys, I want to thank you so much again for letting us come back into the house and at least, not kicking me out when we came, we wanted to come back. But now that the pool's done, we had talked about, last time we were here, we were about halfway through. Backyard still kind of looked a little bit like Beirut, from that standpoint. But, if you guys don't mind, in your own words, kind of tell us, from the very start, which is, the first time that I showed up here and got to meet you good folks, to, all the way through the process. Do we have any issues in permit? Do we have any HOA challenges? Any of those type things, or construction, was there any time during the construction where you wanted to see me underneath the bus?
No, I'd say, the short answer is no. Brian, during the construction, did a great job. You did a great job in the initial phase. And so even though there was a lot to do and a ton of moving parts, it continued on. The progress was good. There was never a time where it was unmanageable. And so overall, a lot got done and there was a lot to do, but it all worked. Wow. What were your thoughts?
Same.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to tap into you a little bit, Lorraine, because I try to keep my humility down. I'm working on it. But the thing is, me and you spoke a little bit earlier, and you said you had a couple of companies come in here, and I see this gorgeous outdoor structure, and some, a couple of companies or something. And again, we don't mention names and we don't blow out candles, so I'm Bert's brighter. But could you tell me a little bit about what you were told?
Yes. So again, just like the difference in process, how they have, it was two other companies that we contacted. They sent folks out here and they listened to what we wanted, but then they went away and came back with what they thought we wanted instead of the, process that we do with you, that we build it right there together, which is really the only way to do it, I think. So they told us, looking at our backyard and looking at our 2-story and where the 2nd-story windows were, and they're like, no, you can't have like a fully roofed structure here. We'll have to do, I guess, like an arbor, like with slats, and put some maybe fiberglass on it. And that just wasn't even like a consideration, especially when you said, no, they can do it. And Brian,
it sure doesn't look like it. It's got a pergola on it.
No,
it looks covered all the way through.
It's gorgeous, and yes, it's got a full shingles and everything, so it's fully waterproof.
Shingles match the house, all that good stuff.
A perfect match.
I do like how they did those posts. That's our carpenters just never cease to amaze me. But
yes,
it is so beautiful and remarkable.
It's gorgeous,
and you designed it. In all reality, you give me all the credit, but the fact is you told me what you wanted, and I just told you what we could get away with, and we came to agreement. And that's gotta, I would assume that really, helps with the idea of, when you walk into your backyard, that you have that idea and that feeling that, I designed this. Again, Brian built it, because you didn't want me to die in your backyard. But, and the thing is as we go through the process, was there ever a time where you had to think in your mind, I feel like I'm building my own pool, and nobody, I don't hear from anybody. Where's my money at? Is any of those things? Because on a lot of other reviews with a lot of other people, and I won't name your names, but it says, I feel like I built my own pool where nobody ever communicated with me, or I was afraid of where my money was. Did you guys run across any of that?
No.
Did not. Yeah. Both you and Brian, very reachable via text. So Brian, throughout the construction process, we talked to Brian via text numerous times per week. We saw him in person numerous times throughout the entire process. And so, it was always very clear what was happening, what was the next step, when would it be. Very clear, no problem.
Now, I just know that it was fast. But now I will let you be able to say from dig to done with that, let's say from dig to plaster. Because Lorraine got on to me about, hey, I don't want this checklist done before we're going to do this video. And Lorraine kind of scares me every once in a while when it comes to Chris. So, but did that happen?
No, it was good. We dug early April, and there was water in the pool in early June. So it was less than 10 weeks.
Wow.
It was 9+ weeks,
wow.
Which was awesome, very incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And that was with some rain days built in. That was with some slowdowns that were either we took an extra day to make a decision or something. So Brian, from the time the dig started, Brian was on top of it. It went very smooth.
Yeah, I would love to take all the credit, but I told you guys from the start.
Yeah,
this is not about me. It's about Brian. He literally is the best boots on the ground pool builder in all of North Texas.
Yeah.
Now, I can see some of your selections that, and we went through there. But you went on top of your existing patio.
Yep.
And then we used a travertine eased edge.
While the Kemps are talking about their swimming pool coping, plaster and decking selections, it's best if I show you exactly what they are talking about. Let's start with the Kemp's beautiful selections of tile and plaster. They chose this gorgeous blue 1x2 tile from NPT that absolutely perfectly frames the hot tub and swimming pool. Then the Kemps chose something truly impressive for their plaster. They went with the wet edge signature matrix line in cadet blue. This selection not only provides a stunning appearance, but it also helps keep their pool cooler in the summer months. And if you know anything about the Texas heat, that's real important. The edge around the pool is called coping, and the Kemps chose this striking Turkish travertine with an eased edge. This style of coping has a sawn straight finish that is lightly beveled along one long edge on one side. Travertine is not only known for its beauty or resistance to heat, but it's also known for its slip resistance, making it a safer choice in most cases. Everything outside of the coping is the decking, and the Kemps expanded their patio area up to the pool's coping with the astonishing Bellegarde Origin pavers in Danville beige. These pavers provide the perfect natural-looking stone that just makes the whole pool area inviting. Okay, would you look at those beautiful water features in the pool? You certainly have a relaxing spa and a tanning ledge with bubblers, but wait, there is more. The Kemps went with a Luder's chop block veneer around their eye-catching and soothing sheer descent water feature. Then they matched their outdoor living center's counter with a matching chop block veneer and topped it off with a nice-looking solid Luder's stone countertop. Finally, all the other guys told the Kemps it couldn't be done, but they shouldn't challenge Custom Pools by Brian. The Kemps now have a mesmerizing cedar outdoor living area, complete with the historical King's Truss architecture in the front and 8-inch cedar posts. Custom Pools by Brian really does turn your backyard dreams into a reality. I'm going to turn this back over to Teddy so he can finish up the interview with Chris and Lorraine Kemp. Stick around until the end, because there is more incredible insights on their experience to come.
If we're all over the sun's coming out, man, that blue is just gorgeous. It's my favorite color, just letting you know. But if you had a chance to do it all over again, would you still use Custom Pools by Brian?
We would. We really appreciated the in-home design with you. We really appreciated working through the selection sheets, going back and forth with you. Even though, I think there was an example where we changed our mind. There was an example where our first choice was out of stock, so we made a second choice. That was all good. Like, that enabled us to feel confident in the process. And then, same thing with Brian. Lots of back and forth, which we saw a huge benefit in. And I'll say one more thing. Our landscaper, who is not affiliated with Custom Pools by Brian, so he was an outsider looking in, he was shocked at how fast it all went. And he said, wow, he said a lot of the other customers we work with, they're crying and they're frustrated with their pool builder about how long it takes and how bad the process is. So he congratulated us on having a good builder and how well it was going, and so that made us feel even better. So yeah, we do it again.
And that's, and that means the world to us, because, like we said from the beginning, I'm just going to look in the guys in the face and tell you the truth, whether it hurts me or it hurts you. But Brian comes behind me and makes sure that I'm not a liar. And that's, the thing is, but, I want to focus a little bit because, as we go through this and, this is our first full season of doing the in-home design, where you're going to commit to some time. And a lot of folks, that are so used to wham bam, hey, you're going to come in, he's going to ask some questions and he's going to get it all right and go back, And the idea is it's a time commitment. I think our first appointment, I don't want to say it out loud, but it was 2 hours plus, but the idea behind it is did you get a better understanding as being a first-time pool builder? Because I can overload you with information, but the idea of feeling comfortable, because I tell everybody, it'll all boil down to money, but in my opinion, first choice it ought to be, it's all about trust, and who do I trust to do this? Is all this money, because I don't care if it's $70,000 or $700,000, still the same effect to that family.
Yeah.
And that is, where we really and truly, I get to treat you guys a little bit better than family because I get to choose you, but, difference from the other companies, night and day. Not a whole lot, pretty much similar.
Night and day. Yes. And I think what was great is you were our first appointment.
Oh.
Yes. So we did all of the great, wonderful stuff and it was fabulous. And then we had people who came in, it was almost like they did a drive-by. They just kind of swung through the backyard and, measured a couple things and told us no about a bunch of stuff and then said, okay, well, we'll put a plan together and let you know. And yeah, it was, and again, it's like they came up with a plan of what they thought we wanted. Like it was their interpretation of what we had shared with them.
Sure.
And then I felt like it was just like their kind of maybe go-to or what they thought was best. Whereas with you, we were able to build all of that together and see it happening. So, and then also what's great is how you created a video and I could just text that to my friends because they would ask, oh, you're building a pool. And I'm like, oh, you want to see the video? And they're like, video? And so that was really cool. And just our family, like my mom loved it, loved seeing it and all of that.
Yeah.
So.
And one specific example I'll call out is, like Lorraine said, with the other companies, it was a one conversation and then they came back with the one design and it kind of felt like, here it is, take it or leave it. With you, it was great because one example would be you proposed, let's put the spa close to the door so it's the fewest steps out of the door in the cold winter. And at first we said, yeah, that sounds awesome. And then the more we thought about it, we thought, you know what? Having the tanning ledge closest to the door made more sense. And so to be able to go back to you and say, can we flip them? And you said,
we flipped it from one side to the other.
And in real time, like sitting there watching and talking about it. And so by the end of the discussion, you had flipped it, you showed us the diagram, we talked about pros and cons. And to us, that was huge. Like that made all the difference of go from a thought, an idea to make it work, to make a final decision all together. Worked out great.
I tell folks, I say, look, because I'm pretty good. Brian doesn't understand how I calculate pool cost, By the time that I left, I tell our potential customers, I come over there and spend some time with them and ask you some questions. You're really going to design your pool. You're just going to design it through the questions I ask you, But by the time that I leave, I'm going to give you a pretty good ballpark figure within about $5,000 to $7,000 of what that project's going to be. And was that true for you?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that worked out well. And that, yeah, again, as a first-time buyer, all those unknowns of what's the cost and what are the options and how does one decision, increase or reduce the cost. So for you to give us those specifics so quickly, and then to be able to adjust on the fly and see what that meant financially, that was very helpful as well.
Well, you know what? It has been an honor to be of service to you guys. You guys are incredible. I thank you for allowing us the opportunity to come in and visit with you guys, because it could have very easily been, I could have been a turd in the punch bowl, but thank you for trusting Custom Pools by Brian with this project. Thank you for the confidence you put in me, the confidence that you put in Brian and our tradesmen. And thank you for the opportunity to earn your business. And I hope that you guys feel that we have earned your business.
Absolutely. Yeah. And final thing I'll say is we wholeheartedly recommend you. After you started our project, our neighbor chose to do a project with y'all. And yeah, everyone who asks us, we will tell them you guys are the ones to go with.
Raving fans,
That's right. That's right.
You heard it first here, guys. Well, really, you heard it second here because we did the first one. But, Lorraine and Steve and Chris do this. They have become raving fans. And raving fans come when communication and expectations and the truth is the bottom line of everything, right? Because that's one thing that you can't fake is honesty. Thanks again, guys, for checking out this video. And I hope to be hearing from you soon.